Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast. From the Sugar Shack Studios in Texas, USA, it is the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we talk to HADA VP, a lot of letters there. That would be RoShelle Salinas, about a throwdown luxury ride and drive event next weekend, and she may challenge me when I say throwdown, because what I mean is that it appears as though this just happened, and it's going to
pop up.
It's a pop-up ride and drive.
There you go.
Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll bring you stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Seekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday. Let's get right to it. Did you like it? It's kind of a pop-up. It's a pop-up ride and drive, RoShelle.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Well put, Don.
Well,
he didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything. It was Jeff that came up with, because I get this.
He's too old.
I get this press release in the middle of the week this past week from RoShelle. I'm going, what? She usually has this stuff 3 months, 2 months, 1 month in advance. Oh no, this is a week and a half in advance.
Do a week.
All right, so explain yourself out of this one.
Yeah, no problem, because we're really looking at ways to bring the auto show to the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And in looking at feedback from the auto show that happened in January, we know there are some missing brands that people really wanted to see and experience in that same low pressure environment. And so we brought some of these luxury brands together with Evolve Houston, because we're going to have some EVs there, and Modern Luxury Magazine, who's helping us bring that luxury element to the whole event. And we're going to be at the Revere on May 8th, 9th, and 10th, Friday and Saturday, from 10 to 2.
What is the Revere?
And people can come and test drive about eight or nine different brands of luxury vehicles that they didn't get to see at the auto show.
So what is the Revere?
The Revere is a new event venue off of Old Katy Road and 610. So just before you go under 610, right there at Old Katy Road, it's an event venue, kind of near the Design Center.
Oh yeah,
that's over there on Old Katy Road,
yes.
Just down from the Star Motor Cars Mercedes-Benz dealership.
We land at Star Motors every once in a while when we need a place to.
Oh, that's right, you do use that helicopter pad.
There's a helicopter pad there, so I'll have to look for it. I did not know that it was there. Well, that is very cool. That's very exciting, and a convenient place actually. Once you learn how to get there, the easiest way is to go down Old Katy Road.
That's right.
And people don't even know that it's there.
Yeah, it's good because it's in a central location, but there's not a lot of traffic. So you can take a quality test drive all the way up Old Katy Road and back. And you've got a nice little 6-minute loop of a test drive, and we've routed out a map for 10 minutes if you need a longer experience.
That is so cool. Okay, so let's talk about the vehicles. Now, there's one in particular that kind of stands out for me, and that's the Maserati experience. Okay, I'll take one.
Good. Yeah, we're going to have the Gracellas there from Maserati, and Alfa Romeo is also going to bring that new Tonalist, the hybrid or EV model from Alfa Romeo.
Well, we like to call that the toenail, but that's okay. Go ahead.
I drove it at your Texas Auto Riders Spring Roundup. It was a pretty sweet ride.
It is, actually, yes.
I was excited to have it on this lineup, too.
Good. I'm glad to see that. So tell me about these brands that decided to join in on this thing.
Well, they're definitely the higher-end models and some that we didn't have at the auto show. So we're going to have the Ineos Grenadier. It was at the auto show, but it's been a hot ticket item for sure since it's come onto the market and having a Houston dealership. We'll have the Hummer EV. We'll also have Porsche there with at least 2 models, possibly 4. They're going to bring the Macan EV and the Taycan. And then Mercedes is bringing a full lineup, the EQS sedan EV, the GLE plug-in hybrid, the GLS, and an E-Class. And then on display, they'll have the EV G-Wagon and a Maybach. So Mercedes is really, they don't have far to come to participate down the street. So
are there going to be complimentary cigars and champagne to hand out?
That's a great idea. I'll work on that one.
Yeah, do that. I'll take the champagne and pass on the cigars, but I think that they kind of
strawberries and a little bit of chocolate.
Yeah, strawberries and chocolate.
The champagne after the test drive.
Well, of course. I know. That's right. Well, I'll have my chauffeur supply some in the back seat of my limousine as I'm heading there. Yeah, exactly. Ineos, Lucid is going to be there.
Yes, they're going to bring the new Gravity model, and I know people are eager to see that in person as well.
Okay, so when is this event take place?
So this is going to be this coming Friday and Saturday, May 9th and May 10th at the Revere on Old Katy Road from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can get tickets online, sign your online waiver, and then you show up. It's only $8 to participate, and we definitely have walk-ups too, so you can come and participate that same day without buying your ticket in advance. Just come and visit us on May 9th or 10th.
That is so cool. And I guess that there'll be dealers there, or how does that going to work?
Yeah, so all of these brands that are participating are coming from local dealerships. So they will have their product specialists with the vehicles to talk about them, to take you on that test drive, to make you knowledgeable. But it's still a low-pressure environment where you're going to compare all of these different models in one place.
And I assume that all these dealers are really biting the bullet here, trying to get these things together and going to have a really spectacular event for the high-end, highbrow crowd.
Sort of like you.
Well, yeah, and we've made it very low entry for our dealerships to participate too. All they have to do is bring the vehicles and the product specialist. So it's really easy for them to sign on at the last minute. So we're still even adding some brands. I'm waiting to hear back from Infiniti on Monday. So we're definitely adding as we go and building upon this event.
So Friday and Saturday, both days are 10 to 2. So it's only 4 hours each day.
Yes, so you got to get in there. Come and don't miss the opportunity.
Yeah. And are you going to keep the lines down? I mean, because on Saturday, I would think that there'll probably be a line of people wanting to do this.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Well,
it'd be a good problem to have.
Well, I know,
Yes.
because you're here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. I'm thinking that there's going to be a line of In Wheel Time listeners, viewers, followers out there, and they're going to go, well, they told us it may be a line, but we didn't
those are the
know
ones you check their ID.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, and their health card.
There you go.
I did want to ask you, can you buy tickets ahead of time?
Yes, you can, but you can just get them when you arrive as well.
Okay. All right. So what question did I miss asking you?
You definitely need a valid driver's license, and you'll have to sign a waiver. So
And
those
proof-
are
and
the
proof-
and you've got to be over 18.
That was my
And proof
question.
of insurance is required.
Yes.
So you got to be a real honest-to-goodness driver. You can't be some slug that just walked in off the street.
Yeah, well, you have to be interested in the
Correct.
vehicle, too. I mean, that would be my...
It's very surprising
yes.
how many people are riding around with a expired driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
So we won't accept an expired driver's license. It's got to
Yeah.
be valid. And if you show up and you only have an expired, then you can just ride along with the product specialist.
We'll have Steve
instead of
Woodard
driving.
from DPS go out there,
There
and
you
check
go.
driver's licenses
There you
for
go.
you.
Yeah, he won't accept an expired license.
No, he will
either.
not accept that. And he doesn't accept this show or Don Armstrong. So, as a matter of fact, he bailed me out earlier today. Well, this sounds like a fun event, kind of a low-key throwdown event.
A little pop-up, like you
A
said.
little
yes.
pop-up, yeah.
Luxury ride and drive. We invite everyone to join us. HoustonAutoShow.com, right on our homepage. We've got all the info.
See, I see more of these happening. Around town. I'm thinking one out there in Katy, one on the south end of town, maybe near Pearland, another one up in the Woodlands, one out here in Sugarland. See, you just need me. That's what you need for all those ideas, right?
Yeah, he'll give you plenty to do.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
I can't share all my future plans, Don, but there's things in the works.
I know you, and I know that there are. RoShelle, it's always great to talk to you. Thank you, my dear. We appreciate you and look forward to learning more about the event after it's over with.
Same, guys. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks,
we'll see you
hon.
there.
Take care. Huh.
That would be kind
Very
of
cool.
fun to just,
Let's
go take a drive.
in a new car.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
This isn't a car show. This is a ride and drive. I mean, it's a show, but they're
Yeah, but it
everything.
just-
If the car's parked, it's always a show.
Yeah, but it's not like trying to go into a dealership and getting a test
Or
drive.
you-
Well, she did say low pressure, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's a key point.
But you don't have to change dealerships here. You could just go and you could drive
Right.
several different ones at the same place. I like it.
Yeah, I do too. It sounds pretty darn exciting. If you
Well,
ask
then
me.
you can trade in your vet for the next hot rod.
You know,
He keeps trying to get you to sell that
I know.
thing.
Why do you want me
We
to
sell
sell
it to Mike. Mike's a Corvette guy.
Yeah, Mike.
Mike couldn't get that in his driveway.
You got so
Why
many
is
other.
that?
vehicles?
Well, it's got a little bit of an angle to it where it comes off the curb, but also because there's so many vehicles there. I have a 4-car driveway that's holding 6 cars at the moment.
Nice.
What?
And a transmission
Why?
in this bathtub.
Why? Because that's how many cars we have there right now.
What is this, the family compound?
Part of it, yeah.
Gee whiz. Well, must be nice. Like that those rogue preachers out there in West Texas.
Rogue preachers.
No.
Amen.
No.
You know, I do have some recalls to tell you about that I thought I'd sneak in here
Sneak
if I may.
it.
Okay, I'm going to
Sneaky.
sneak it. And then I think that we'll do a little short version of the Hemmings Sold Cars Roundup.
Okay.
All right, so here are the
Yeah.
recalls. Volkswagen has issued a pair of stop sale orders on the ID Buzz electric minivan, stemming from 2 unrelated recalls. Under the first recall, the brake system warning light on the instrument panel may display an incorrect symbol and color. Is that a real recall? Is that an issue? The second recall covers unpadded trim parts to limit the width of the seating surface in the third row to 2 passengers.
Say that again.
They're going to have there is some unpadded trim parts to limit the width of the seating surface in the third row to 2 passengers. In other words,
So-
you're not getting Aunt Clarice back there that weighs 400 pounds.
They got butt bumpers to keep you
But
from getting there.
that's exactly
Put her
what
in the
it is.
roof tent.
There you
that's
go.
a good idea. Other recalls, damaged front brake discs of the BMW X3 2025 model year. Mercedes-Benz, if you own a Mercedes-Benz of late model of any kind from 2023 through 2025, check, because there's too many to list. Look at this. You want to see them all? Let's start here. Start here on this page. So all of those, and then all of these up here. I'm not going to bore you with all of that, but Mercedes-Benz is recalling everything. Acura MDX 2014 to 2020, vehicle lighting failure, and that's a lot of models 2014 to 2020 for the MDX.
Yeah.
Ford Bronco, well, let's just talk about Ford in general. Not good. Recalls keep coming. Loss of steering from front control arm separation. Martha, I ain't going nowhere. It ain't turning. Ford Bronco 2025. Ford has been recalling various vehicles for various safety issues, including engine problems, instrument panel issues, powertrain control module issues. Some specific recalls include the EcoBoost engine failure affecting 21 to 22 F-150, Bronco, Explorer, and Edge models. Other recalls involve instrument panel illumination issues, 2022 to 23 Maverick hybrid models, 25 Ford Explorer vehicles due to potential powertrain control module problems. So pretty much a lot.
Can I add something to that? You
Please.
said Mercedes and talking about all the Mercedes. Have you seen recently the commercials about Mercedes-Benz and Ford Motor Company on how they're building in America and our factories are great and we've got 2,500 people at this one plant and everything's really good? Well, are those the vehicles that they're producing out of these things? I don't know. You better look a little deeper into that. Oh, we're so great. We're U.S. born and U.S. made. And
Voluntary recall involving 721,000 6.2-liter V8 engines offered in Chevrolet and GMC pickups and in all of the company's large SUVs. The engine made in GM's Tonawanda, New York plant is not just another motor. It is the latest evolution of the workhorse Chevy small block V8. GM engineers have been dissecting the failed engines to determine why the motors can suddenly seize, some with just a few hundred miles. I have a friend of mine that wound up pulling the lemon card and got the car replaced. He wanted his money back. They gave him his money back. He did not want another vehicle.
Wow.
And a lot of it has to do with engine bearings, like connecting rod bearings, that sort of thing. So that's a big, huge mess. Good luck to GM on that one. Sold Car Roundup. You ready?
no, I'm looking for it right now. Here we go. Got it.
Okay,
Yep.
you ready?
Yep.
Mr. Mars?
Yes, sir.
A 1988 Ford Country Squire. This has got Jeff Zekin's
Hold on,
name
I
written all
pull this
over it.
bad boy out.
And I want you to take a look at this. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the beginnings of the car that was in,
Family truckster.
yeah, the family truckster.
Now, I've got a couple of little postcards of this vehicle, not that color, but I'm saying that's like going to be, it's going to be a lot of money. Man, that's going to be a lot. I'm thinking $12,000.
Mars?
Heitzman says 23. Let me get that in there first.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say 16 maybe.
$10,450, and it looks clean and it looks all original.
Nice new tires.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's good. The next one up, something for you, Mr. Mars, to put in your family museum over there.
Yeah, you got now you
A
got 7 cars. in the drive.
1960 Plymouth Suburban. I didn't know that Plymouth made a Suburban,
I
but
didn't
apparently
either. That
they
looks
do.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know as if it runs or not. Doesn't look like it does, but
Be a nice project.
There's no reserve.
no reserve. So guess how much that sold for?
$6,000.
No. I'm going to say $12,000.
$12,000. I can't.
Heitzman.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything. He's still laying on the floor laughing.
Yeah. Well, this 60
$8,000.
This 60 Plymouth Suburban sold for $1,000.
I can't believe this is Hemmings.
Yeah.
I can't believe they did that.
Yeah. Okay. The
Somebody
next.
wanted
Said
it.
no reserve. So
Yeah.
The next one up is a 1930 Ford Model A. It looks like it's been completely restored. Classic. I mean, it's a Model A, for God's sakes.
yeah.
Uh-huh. How much do you think that sold for?
$21,000. That's high. That's probably too high.
I'm going to go for 18.
That might even be high.
Sold for $15,750.
Yeah.
I never thought in a
I
million
know.
years that
Well,
you could buy one for that price.
That's about
Well,
that.
it's
Might,
just-
15
there's
might
really-
be high.
Now, you know,
really
Jeff.
not much of a market for those antiques that are
Yeah.
like that. They're not
Yeah.
that drivable anymore.
No, they're not.
Although there was somebody on the Hot Rod Tour that had, I don't know if it was a Model A.
But it
or
didn't
not.
have the stock engine
No,
in it.
no.
Because it was hauling.
Well, there was one that was
Donkey, as
puttering
Mars
along.
says.
There was one of them that was puttering.
So here's Jeff's car, the 1950 Buick Special.
Yeah.
Look at that baby.
Three-holer.
My grandfather
That's
had
a
one of those, a
three-holer.
1950 Buick Special that weighs about 1 jillion tons.
Yeah, half a jillion just for the bumper.
That's right. So how much do you think that chrome beauty would be with the
Man.
sunshade over the windshield?
Yeah.
It's got fender skirts on it too. It looks like.
In the
Kinda,
back.
yeah.
Go ahead. How much?
31.
31? Mars?
Heitzman says 14. I'm going to say 20.
Heitzman wins at $14,438.
Oh, very good, Jeffrey.
All right, the next up is the 78 Ford F-150. A 1978.
That's not
That's
78.
not a 78. That's like a 51 or
Oh,
2.
well, I guess I'm going to skip that one. Okay, well, this one here is a 1950 Mercury 68M. I did not know that Mercury made a pickup truck,
See, I
but
think
apparently
that's
they did.
Canadian.
Whatever. How much do you think that thing sold for?
Michael, you go first.
Yeah, I'd say maybe 16. Yeah, I'll stay with 16.
I'll go 14.
Heitzman says
Well, he hadn't said anything yet. Again, he's still
sold
laughing.
price is $35,700.
Ouch.
In Canadian money.
Yeah. Here's Leslie's car, a 1939 Chrysler Imperial.
I could see her in that.
$11,500 is what it sold for. But the next one up after that is going to be the 1966 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser.
Oh, yeah.
My aunt and uncle had one of those, and
That's
it was
gorgeous. and they're
sweet.
priceless.
How much? 66. See, it's
Those
got the
Cutlass wheels on it.
and look, it's got the top on it with the that made
with
it
the
the
Vista
Cruiser.
view.
What do you think that sold for?
Oh, man.
looks completely
Look
stock.
at the wheels on
I
it.
know those are Oldsmobile wheels.
Yeah, but they're painted to match.
Yeah, I had those
come
on mine.
Come on.
I-
Stop
I-
the line.
I'll go 12.
No. I'm going to go 18.
18.
Heitzman says 11.
17,850. Mars, you win.
You win it.
That's our Hemming Sold Cars Roundup for the week. Thank you very much for playing along. Let's see. I guess we need to take a break, don't we?
Yep, that'd be good.
Coming up, Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll have a couple stories making auto news headlines this week. Stay with us here on the award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We continue after this. The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flameado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous loopy beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lippy Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lippy Tortilla, he's pretty good. The Emerald Time Car Talk Show thanks you for 14 wonderful years. Yep, our first show aired May 7th, 2011 on a local radio station. Then it was a move to the digital world and social media, and you followed. Thank you. We continue to build and grow our fan base, and it's all because of you and your auto enthusiast friends. We appreciate your support. It's always great to see you at our remote broadcasts, and we hope you'll continue to stop by and say hello. It's been a great ride, and we hope to bring you more fun and adventure right here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run is coming up. It's our next remote gathering, so be sure and join us from Granbury, Texas, 9 to noon, Saturday, June 14th.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us today here on In Wheel Time. Time now for the Cruise In and Events calendar with Jeffrey Zekin.
There you go. Cinco de Mayo is this weekend, actually Monday. So today, May 3rd, 7 a.m.
Get your liver ready.
6 p.m. You've got 2219 Frio City Road in San Antonio, which is like the heart of Cinco de Mayo. They've got a show set to take place in San Antonio. The event will be held in Frio City Road, running from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Like we said, attendees can expect motorcycles, various cars, live tattooing done, available on site.
I'm not going to tell you where I want mine.
I know it, on your butt. Promises to be a live celebration. Automotive culture is part of Cinco de Mayo festivities. Then you got Tompkins FFA Cars and Coffee Car Show. Always support the FFA in anything you do. That's from 8 to 11. That's at Falcon Landing Boulevard in Katy, Texas. You got Cars and Coffee from 9 a.m. to noon at Sweets Fountains Bakery. That's on John Stockbauer Drive in Victoria. So some of our southern friends, and you know who's going to be there. Probably Bobby and his clan down there. Yeah, absolutely. So fun, coffee, freeze to everyone. Just get on down there and do that. Then May 4th, Sunday, Cars and Coffee.
The Polish Festival.
Well, that's coming up too. We're going to that tomorrow too, but I don't think they got a car show there. This one's in College Station, so it's on University Drive for a fun event. Very good thing going on there. It's near the Texas A&M Sports Car Club. It's going to be there as well. Wimberley Coffee and Cars, that's coming up also on tomorrow.
Yeah,
there you go.
The Polish, or should I say the Polish Festival?
Well, the Polish.
It's spelled the same way.
Yeah, it's just a capital P versus a lowercase p.
All right.
There you go.
You're going to have some P-doggies there?
Yeah, probably. I got some in the fridge too.
I do too. I'm still working I'm way
stuffed
through
cabbage. You got all kinds of stuff. They're going to have probably some Polish wine.
Polish sausages?
Polish sausage. There'll be some Polish dancing. Want to do a polka? We'll go arm in arm with polka.
So you're saying there's going to be an accordion or two there?
Accordion or two, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you bringing yours?
Yes, I am.
I used to play one, but I kept getting caught in the...
Shut up. You did not.
Thank you very much, Lawrence Welk. With tiny bubbles.
Do you play anything? Don't.
Video games.
I was just going to say, video games. You know that figures. Never was a video game. I'm not a game player. I don't play cards. No.
I can't afford cards. I used to play poker, but I played one night, and I figured out it cost me $1 a minute to play. And that was the last time I played.
Because you bet too much. You got to bet nickels.
It was nickel, dime, quarter.
Well, there's
what decade was that?
Right, left, center.
Oh, that was...
Right, left, center's fun. You play right, left, center.
I have played that.
Is that a card game?
Yeah. It's a dice game mainly.
Yeah. All right. Some of the stories making auto news headlines. Well, obviously tariffs at the top of the list, so let's just get going on that, shall we? President Trump offered the auto industry relief by easing certain tariffs with executive orders April 29th. Though some points are unclear, the executive orders will prevent the stacking of tariffs, such as those on auto parts and steel and aluminum. Importers will no longer have to pay both tariffs at the same time because they're already tariffed. So if the new tariff is 25%, that's what they'll have to pay, not 25 or plus something that was in place prior. That's good. If there's one thing that's clear after looking at April's partial industry sales reports, it's this. Consumers are paying attention to the news somewhere, especially when it involves their wallet. 5 of 6 automakers that reported April sales posted double-digit increases, including several brands setting records for the month, with jumps ranging from Toyota's 10% to Mazda's 21%. Other automakers will report their sales after the end of the second quarter, but GM CFO Paul Jacobson said April 29th that the company's strong sales in March continued last month, with April deliveries on pace to rise 20% over the same month last year. Some other ones? Genesis and the 4-month change, 17.4% increase. Hyundai, 12.5% increase in the past 4 months. Let's see, I gave you Mazda. Subaru, up 6.8%. I mean, it's pretty remarkable, actually. General Motors expects President Trump's import tariffs to cut its profits by up to $5 billion this year, even after changes to ease the burden on automakers with U.S. plants were announced. CEO Mary Barra said that GM is looking for ways to boost production of U.S.-built vehicles and will monitor discretionary spending. Our business is growing, and we'll continue to grow our investment in this country as we move forward, as she kissed up. Well, I mean, who would say, was that a media person, writer for her, or did she actually say those words and mean it?
She probably said them after a media person wrote it for her.
That probably, good point.
Here, read this.
Former general manager of an Indiana dealership has been accused of stealing $295,785.72 from his employer, according to an April 3rd probable cause affidavit for his arrest. Joseph Mascari, 57, of Terre Haute, Indiana, was a partial owner of Sullivan Automotive Group in Sullivan, Indiana. The dealership sells Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram brands. From January 2019 to April 2023, he executed several schemes to defraud or steal from his employer, according to the affidavit. One of the alleged schemes involved filing invoices to cover the installation of HVAC systems in his and his daughter's residences. On another occasion, Mascari allegedly paid invoices for billboard advertising and then forged and inflated the invoices he filed with the dealership. Mascari was held on bond and released the same day he was arrested, according to the Sullivan County Jail Inmate Database. I know we all look that up occasionally. Mascari's initial hearing in Sullivan County Circuit Court was April 25th. During the hearing, his trial was scheduled for August 19th. Automotive News learned that the dealership is happy about the arrest.
We should have pictures of these people.
We should. Some good-looking mugshots
Yeah.
where they're all disheveled.
Yep.
Kind of like that famous one. Who was that? Gary Busey, after he'd been arrested doing
There's
something.
a couple of them like that.
Yeah.
Well, we got a mugshot coming up on the car review coming up next.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is
You'll
a
see.
mugshot.
It's a mugshot.
I think that he
already did the review.
he already did that review.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong one. But
That's
it's still
all
a
right.
mugshot.
Well, I'm glad that you
Yeah.
popped it up there so I
Yeah.
could say that's not the right
That's
one.
not the right one. It's an ugly picture.
It was. Let's not forget that. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We'll be right back. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us. That's it for this podcast episode of the In-Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.